5 bulletproof sedans under $8,000 that you should buy before they're discovered. There are 5 sedans on used car lots right now under $8,000 that will run past 250,000 miles, while everyone pays double for a Camry, a Honda Civic, a Toyota Corolla, a Honda Accord, a Toyota Camry, and one luxury sedan sharing its engine with a car costing 3 times as much. Nobody cross-shops these because buyers have no idea what is under the hood. After 2 decades of turning wrenches, number 1 is the car I quietly recommend to every customer who walks in. 5 bulletproof sedans under $8,000 before everyone else catches on. Number 5, the 2006 to 2011 Honda Civic. Number 5 is the car that taught an entire generation of drivers what reliability actually feels like. Right now, you can find one for $4,500 to $7,500 all day long. A few months back, a college student came in with her dad. She had $6,000 saved and was looking at a Nissan Sentra with 90,000 miles because it was $500 cheaper than a Civic down the street. I told her to spend the extra $500. She bought a 2009 Civic LX with 112,000 miles for $6,500. 6 months later, she has spent exactly nothing beyond oil changes and a cabin air filter. The engine in this generation Civic is the R18A1, a 1.8-liter inline-4 with iVTEC variable valve timing. It is not fast, it makes about 140 horsepower, but it is a Honda engine built during the era when Honda still treated every economy car like it was going to be somebody's only car for 15 years. No turbo, timing chain, not a belt. Repair Pal gives the Civic a solid 4.5 out of 5 reliability rating with an average annual repair cost of just $368, one of the lowest of any car on the road. Owners routinely report crossing 250,000 miles on the original engine and transmission, especially on the 5-speed manual cars, which are practically indestructible. I have personally sold 3 of these to first-time buyers on tight budgets, and not one has come back with anything beyond routine wear items. That is a track record most cars twice the price cannot match. Inspection checklist. First, check the automatic transmission fluid if it has one. Early versions of this generation had a transmission that could develop harsh shifting past 130,000 miles if fluid changes were skipped. A fluid and filter service every 30,000 miles prevents almost every issue. Second, listen for a rattle on cold start. Some of these engines develop a rocker arm tick that sounds alarming but is usually harmless and fixable with an oil change to a slightly heavier weight. Third, check for rust around the rear wheel arches and the trunk lid on cars from salt states. It is cosmetic on most examples, but it tells you how the car was stored. Fourth, check the power window regulators, a known minor wear item on higher mileage examples that costs about $80 to $120 per window to fix and is more of an annoyance than a red flag. Who should buy this car? Anyone who wants the cheapest possible entry into true long-term reliability with parts everywhere and a mechanic on every corner who knows this engine cold. First-time drivers, budget-conscious commuters, and anyone who wants a car that disappears into the background of their life instead of demanding attention from it. Number 4, the 2009 to 2013 Toyota Corolla. Number 4 is the car that is almost boring to talk about because it never breaks and never surprises you, which is exactly the point. You can find one right now for $5,000 to $7,500. I had a nurse in her 20s come in a couple of years ago driving 45 minutes each way to a hospital shift. She needed something dead reliable on a tight budget and was looking at a used Kia Forte with 60,000 miles for $8,200. I pointed her toward a 2011 Corolla LE with 98,000 miles for $6,800. That was 3 years and roughly 60,000 miles ago. Total repairs since a battery and a set of tires. She texted me last month that she has recommended the exact same car to 2 co-workers, both of whom bought one within weeks. The 2 ZRFE engine in this generation Corolla is a 1.8-liter 4-cylinder with dual VVTi, making around 132 horsepower. It is about as unremarkable an engine as Toyota has ever built, and that is the highest compliment I can give it. Timing chain, no belt, no turbo, no direct injection complications. Repair Pal rates the Corolla at 4.5 out of 5 for reliability, with an average annual repair cost around $362. Consumer Reports has given this generation Corolla top marks for predicted reliability in nearly every model year. These engines routinely see 250,000 to 300,000 miles with nothing more than fluids and brakes. Inspection checklist. First, check for oil consumption, since a small number of these engines from 2009 and 2010 can burn slightly more oil than expected past 150,000 miles. A quart every 3,000 miles is normal. More than that, and you should factor in more frequent checks. Second, inspect the CVT adjacent 4-speed automatic for smooth shifting. Hard downshifts under braking can mean the transmission fluid has never been changed. Third, check the door and trunk seals for water intrusion, a minor but common complaint that can cause a musty smell if ignored. Fourth, check the front struts for clunking over bumps. A wear item on cars past 120,000 miles that runs about $300 to $500 for a full set, and is common maintenance rather than a defect. Who should buy this car? Anyone who wants a car they will never think about again, that will start every single morning for a decade. Students, second cars for a household, and anyone who simply wants transportation without the drama. Number 3, the 2008 to 2012 Honda Accord. Number 3 is the car that quietly outsold nearly everything in its class for years, and it did it by being the most overbuilt mid-size sedan on the market. You can grab one right now for $6,000 to $8,000. Last year, a contractor's wife came in looking to replace a leased sedan she was tired of paying $400 a month for. She had briefly considered a used Volkswagen Passat with the same miles for about the same price. I steered her toward a 2010 Accord EXL with 115,000 miles for $7,400. That was 14 months ago. Her only expense since has been a set of brake pads and an oxygen sensor, under $200 total. She told me later that her husband, the one who wanted the Passat, now asks to borrow her car instead of driving his own. The 4-cylinder version of this Accord uses the K2 4Z3, a 2.4-liter engine making 177 horsepower with iVTEC, while the V6 version uses the J35Z, the same engine family found in the Ridgeline and Odyssey. Both are timing chain engines with no turbo and a documented history of running well past 250,000 miles. Repair Pal gives the Accord a 4.5 out of 5 reliability score with an average annual repair cost of about $400, which is remarkably low for a mid-size sedan with a V6 option. J.D. Power has consistently scored this generation in the mid to high 80s for quality and reliability. Inspection checklist. First, on V6 models, check the transmission fluid color. A small number of early 6-speed automatics could develop shutter under load if fluid changes were neglected. A flush at the first sign of it resolves nearly all cases. Second, check for a rattling heat shield underneath, a common and harmless noise that some owners mistake for something serious. Third, inspect the rear subframe for rust in northern climates, since this is one of the few structural areas Honda did not fully address until later years. Fourth, check the air conditioning compressor for noise on startup, a moderately common wear item past 150,000 miles that runs $400 to $600 to replace and is worth negotiating into the price if present. Who should buy this? Anyone who wants a genuinely spacious, comfortable, quiet sedan with either 4-cylinder efficiency or V6 power for thousands less than a comparable Camry. Families, long-distance commuters, and anyone cross-shopping a used Passat or Fusion who wants a fraction of the repair bills. Number 2, the 2007 to 2011 Toyota Camry. Number 2 might be the single most common car on American roads, and that familiarity is exactly why nobody thinks of it as a bargain anymore, even though it still is one. Right now, you can buy one for $5,500 to $8,000. A retired school teacher came to me 2 summers ago wanting something simple to drive to appointments and visit her grandkids, nothing fancy. Nothing that would leave her stranded. She had been eyeing a used Buick LaCrosse for about the same money. I found her a 2009 Camry LE with 89,000 miles for $7,200. She just crossed 130,000 miles. Total repairs in 2 years, a battery, wiper blades, and one set of tires. She still calls me every time she is due for an oil change, more out of habit than necessity at this point. The 4-cylinder version runs the 2AZ-FE, a 2.4-liter engine making 158 horsepower, while the V6 version uses the well-regarded 2GR-FE, a 3.5-liter unit shared with the Avalon and several Lexus models. Both are timing chain designs with a well-documented history of high mileage longevity. RepairPal scores the Camry at 4.5 out of 5 with an average annual repair cost of around $400. These are some of the most studied engines in the used market simply because there are so many of them on the road, and the verdict from independent mechanics everywhere is the same. They just keep running. Inspection checklist. First, on 4-cylinder models built before 2010, check for oil consumption past 100,000 miles. Toyota extended warranty coverage on some affected engines, so ask if that work was done. Second, check the power steering system for whine, since a specific batch of these Camrys had a known steering pump issue that Toyota addressed under a service campaign. Third, inspect the interior dash for cracking, a cosmetic issue in hot climates that does not affect reliability but affects resale. Fourth, check the exhaust system for surface rust versus perforation on cars from northern states, since a full exhaust replacement runs $400 to $700 and is a fair negotiating point if it looks far gone. Who should buy this? Anyone who wants the single most proven, most parts available, most mechanic-friendly sedan in America at a price that is not caught up to how good it actually is. Retirees, road trippers, and anyone who wants a car every independent shop in the country can service without a second thought. All right, if this kind of straight talk is saving you money, hit subscribe now. I have more videos coming on the sedans dealerships push versus the ones that actually make financial sense, plus a deep dive on which used luxury brands are secretly cheaper to own than economy cars. Number 1, the 2002 to 2006 Lexus ES330. This is the car I recommend more than any other sedan under $8,000, and almost everyone pushes back the first time I bring it up. They say it is old, it is a Lexus, it must be expensive to fix. Then they check the numbers, then they buy one every single time. About a year and a half ago, a retired couple came into my shop looking for a comfortable, quiet car for road trips now that they had more free time. They were looking at a newer Buick with 70,000 miles for $11,000. I asked if they had considered a Lexus ES. They laughed, assuming it was out of their budget. I pulled up a 2004 ES330 with 118,000 miles for $7,600. Clean history, dealer serviced records going back to new. They bought it that week. That was 18 months ago. They have put nearly 20,000 miles on it since. Mostly highway. Total repairs, a battery, and a set of tires. Her exact words to me last month: "It drives better than our old Cadillac ever did." Her husband has since told 2 of his golf buddies to stop paying luxury car payments and go find one of these instead. Here is why I am obsessed with this car. The ES330 shares its platform with the Toyota Camry, but under the hood sits the 3MZ-FE, a 3.3-liter V6 also found in the Toyota Highlander and Sienna. This is not a car built to a Lexus price point and cheapened underneath. It is a Toyota drivetrain wrapped in Lexus levels of sound insulation, suspension tuning, and interior materials. It makes 225 horsepower, uses a timing belt that needs replacement every 90,000 miles for about $700 to $900, and is paired with a 5-speed automatic that Toyota and Lexus have never had a widespread complaint about. These engines routinely cross 250,000 miles, and I have personally seen 2 go past 300,000 on original internals. Current market pricing on these is almost absurd. A 2003 to 2005 ES 330 with 100,000 to 130,000 miles runs $6,500 to $8,000 all day long. Compare that to a same-year Camry XLE with similar miles and similar features, which still commands $7,500 to $9,500, despite offering none of the extra sound deadening, none of the upgraded interior, and none of the Lexus ownership perks like complimentary loaner cars at many dealerships. The only reason the ES330 is this cheap is that shoppers assume anything with a Lexus badge is out of their price range, so they never even look. Repair costs from my own shop's numbers: timing belt with water pump, $850. Brake pads, all four wheels, $260. Spark plugs, $140. Cabin air filter and engine air filter, $60 combined. That is close to the entire list of things that ever go wrong on these cars. No head gasket problems, no oil consumption complaints, no turbo, no direct injection carbon buildup, none of the headaches that plague newer luxury sedans in this price range. Inspection checklist. First, check the timing belt service history. If the car is past 90,000 miles with no record of the belt being changed, do it immediately or negotiate that cost off the price, since a broken belt on this engine can cause expensive internal damage. Second, check the dashboard for a common issue where the plastic surface can develop a sticky texture in hot climates. It is purely cosmetic, but a dead giveaway of how much sun exposure the car has seen. Third, check the air suspension if the car has it, since a small number of ES330s were optioned with it, and it can be costly to repair. A standard coil suspension car avoids this entirely. Fourth, listen for the accessory belt squeal on startup, a nearly universal and harmless trait on these cars that goes away in seconds. Who should buy this car? Anyone who wants genuine luxury car comfort, a whisper quiet cabin, and a bulletproof Toyota drivetrain underneath for thousands less than people assume it costs. Retirees, commuters doing long highway stretches, and anyone who wants the nicest possible ride for under $8,000. Who should skip it? If you need all-wheel drive for snow, this car does not offer it. If you want the latest safety technology, this generation predates most of it, and if resale value matters more to you than daily comfort, a Camry or Accord will hold its number slightly better. Here is my final take on the Lexus ES330. This is the single best sedan you can buy for under $8,000. Toyota reliability wrapped in genuine luxury, a drivetrain that does not break, priced like people forgot it exists because most of them did. If I had to buy one car right now to drive for the next decade with the lowest possible total cost of ownership and the most comfortable ride, I would buy an ES330 and never look back. So there it is, 5 sedans that the market forgot, but mechanics did not. The Honda Civic with its bulletproof R18 and rock-bottom prices. The Toyota Corolla that is boring by design and reliable because of it. The Honda Accord that outbuilds nearly everything in its class. The Toyota Camry that is so common people forget how good it actually is. And the Lexus ES330, the best-kept secret in the entire used sedan market. You now know 5 sedans you can buy for under $8,000 that will outlast cars costing 2 and 3 times as much. Next time a salesman tells you that you need to spend $20,000 for a reliable car, or your buddy insists a 10-year-old sedan is a gamble, you will know better. If you want to know which sedans have actually earned legendary status in the shop, the ones that absolutely refuse to die, I did a whole video on that. It is right here. That is over 2 decades of watching cars come and go. Like, if this helped, subscribe for more. I will keep giving you the truth that dealerships will not. Drive safe, take care of your car, and it will take care of you. Take it or leave it. I will see you in the next one.